Hello and welcome to Mad Al Goes Racing, and today we're in a Raceroom having a look at the freshly added, as of last week sometime, I think, Brno Grand Prix circuit. Now there's been a circuit in Brno, or around Brno, in the Czech Republic since around about 1930. The first one was an anti-clockwise 18-mile circuit that went from Brno through various villages, none of which I'm going to even attempt to embarrass the Czech people by trying to pronounce, because frankly I won't be able to do that. Now it was used for Grand Prix from 1930, missed a couple of years but made it through to 37 before the Czech Republic was occupied. There was no racing during the war. It recommenced in 1949 on a reduced 11-mile clockwise circuit, and basically cut out effectively half the circuit and sort of short-circuited down the middle of it to get an 11-mile clockwise circuit. That was used until 1964 when they changed it to an 8.5-mile circuit. And was first used in 1965 for the World Championships, where they held all the Grand Prix in the Czech Republic. That circuit lasted till 75, when they basically built some new roads and thought, we'll use these. So they reduced the length of the circuit to 6.8 miles. And that was last used for motorcycle Grand Prix in 1982, and I actually found a couple of videos online that I'll link, if I remember, in the blurb below, showing you some of the how nice fast flowing it was, because that was the thing about the circuits back in the day. They were all big, long, booming and bloody quick, because they were all about going fast, literally. Interesting side note on the motorcycle racing, it was actually not used for the biggest class, the 500cc's, after 1977, but they carried on for another 5 years, so they were only racing like up to the 350 class. I can't remember what the smallest classes were back then, because they went through like 50cc, 80cc, 125cc as the minimum class at various points. They ran the sidecars as well, and one of the videos is actually of the sidecars. But there's amazing looking scenery. That ran until 86, and that was the last time they used the closed road circuit, and that was replaced by this circuit in 1987, which is roughly 3.4 miles. I think it's actually 3.357 or something. And basically, the only change that's been made to the circuit since then was in, I think I wrote it down, 96. And that was when they changed from the long pit entrance to the short pit entrance, and they've actually got both versions in here. So you got the short pit entrance and the long pit entrance. Other than that, they're identical, so we'll go with the long one for no other reason than I can. And we're going to take something without a roof round that's not too fast, and I'll try not to drive like a complete moron for once. And yes, I'm sweating like a pig again because it's hot. Whew. Now, drive. If I press the right button down here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to nip out the car and whoa, up here somewhere, so we get a better look around. Now, one thing I did notice when I was up here is all that Z fighting on the Texas. It doesn't seem to happen when you're in the car, so I'm assuming it's just because of something to do with the weird distance and angle we're sitting at. But other than that, looks fine. Now, the thing about Brno is it's a very flowing circuit. Nice flow, nice elevation changes. In that way, it's very much like Mugello in Italy. It's got Oop, bit of a starter. Really nice flow to it. There's no really stupidly slow corners. There's no really stupidly tight corners. No hairpins. It's got a lot of chicanes, but they're all nice flowing chicanes. Now the first corner is this big long hairpin. Big long hairpin. Big long horseshoe. Just so there's no hairpins. Big long horseshoe curve. Very fast. Very big. Very open. The exit is got a nice bit of curb to run over. You can use that. You'll notice that all the runoff areas have got huge amounts of gravel traps, and the reason for that being it's mostly used a lot for motorcycle racing. It's very much a case of it was designed, I think, with motorcycle racing in mind. Ooh, bit of a funny going on with the track up here and ahead of us. But bit of a straight to the first of the chicanes. Again, it's almost so big you wouldn't call it a chicane, but it is a really nice sweeping left-right. Everything about this circuit is all about just carrying nice speed and being nice and smooth with it. There are quite a bit of elevation changes. This is a tricky little corner. This is, as you're coming out of it, you're starting to go downhill, as you might notice, and of course that means you're starting to lose a little bit of assistance from gravity. Plenty of runoff on the outside to make use of the green stuff, but try not to go too far because presumably you will get a track cut warning. One thing about it is there's a lot of greenery around here. It's basically stuck in the middle of a forest, as far as I can remember. Plenty of natural banking for all the spectators. They get huge numbers of spectators here. I think they're coming from Hungary as well, if I remember rightly. So it's not just the Czechs. This is effectively their local race for the Hungarians as well. I don't remember the last time they actually had a Hungarian motorcycle Grand Prix. Obviously they have a Formula 1 Grand Prix at the Hungaro Ring, but this is slightly different. Huge numbers of people get up on this banking to spectate. I mean, I don't know how many people you get around on the old road circuits. Obviously, if you've got an 18-mile long road circuit, you can get literally millions of people around it. And that would have been a huge spectacle back in the day. Again, all these nice corners with plenty of runoff again. Oop, bit of a stutter again. So my computer just decided that it was going to go and do something stupid. Whether that's more these bloody weird Windows updates causing issues, I don't know. Again, huge banking for all the spectators. Again, another S-bend. That's the third lot. No, it's 5 effectively in total. Yeah, 5 in total. This is downhill. It's quite hard to tell it's downhill, but this is actually can be quite a tricky braking zone as you come downhill. You find as you're going in slightly downhill still as you come into this corner, and it's quite easy to end up going wide, trying to get the power on too early. It's quite a long corner. As you go round and 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 round. Again, if you push too hard on the exit, you're going to end up in a kitty litter. Probably use the exit curve a little bit. This is nicely uphill, so the braking for this next corner is quite late because obviously gravity is working with you at this point. So, and you can actually hear the car going, I'm slowing down, I'm slowing down. This is a tricky corner because it's sort of goes over a bit of a brow, so it's effectively off camber, and you can end up sort of sliding out here somewhere. And you want to be getting a nice run around this corner and getting on the power as early as possible without running off into the kitty litter over there, because this is quite an uphill drag, this. And if I remember rightly, I think it was what's his name? Toby bloody hell. He was the commentator on Eurosport for years. Toby, whose name I've forgotten. Sorry, mate. I think that was him that christened it Horsepower Hill. Because obviously the more power you got, the quicker you can get up the hill. This is a bit of a dodgy corner because there's actually a bit of a crest as you come up here, so you're very late seeing this corner, and it's actually quite tight. So you want to be able to sort of, again, hook it in and get to this side for a quick sweep down there. This is the first pit entrance, and again, this is a deceptive corner. It looks quite tight initially, but it's actually quite open. This is the newer pit entrance here, and as you can see, it sort of pops around there. But if I pop back in the car and I put my thing over here, and then we'll see if we can actually do a lap. And just trying to think which is one of these bloody buttons. I can't remember which button shows the track map. I have hidden my track map and I can't remember which button unhides it. Oh well. Oh hell. I've done something very weird with the camera. What have I done with the camera? What have I done with the camera? That was very confusing. I might have to edit that bit out and start this lap again, I think. Right, now that we've sorted out the camera, let's try a flying lap. Had a bit of a weird issue with the onboard camera suddenly going into weird mode, so I've had to do another lap. As you can see, this is a nice big long corner. Definitely a circuit that is going to reward you for having a nice front end to tuck into that corner and hold the line. You'll notice a lot of the S are actually more than 90 degrees, so this is more than 90, so it tucks back on itself a bit, which is actually quite deceptive initially. And this corner you've got to be a bit careful as it starts to drop away coming out of it. Use all that runoff. Again, this is more than 90 degrees, and you can, if you get it right, you can basically turn those two corners into more or less one. Again, a sort of S-bend going into a really sort of a bit of a horseshoe corner again. Use all the runoff on the exit again. That short straight is shorter than it looks, and again a more than 90 degree S-bend. So. And again, this is starting to drop away a bit as you come out. Use all the exit curb and the green stuff as much as possible. This is a bit tricky, you're downhill, so not 100% sure where to brake there. Get it, well, depending upon what car you're in, obviously. Try and get on the power early, but not too early, because you'll end up with a key there. Late on the brakes here. As you can see, this is a bit tricky because it's sort of over a bit of a crest here. Here you want to get on the power early, but again it's like not too early. Raceroom being Raceroom, if you end up with the kitty litter, you're in deep shit. As you can see, this is a bit of a blind crest, and it's very late before you see where the apex is, and you almost run into the entrance to the pit lane. And like I said, this is quite deceptive how early you can get on the power coming around there. And that's a not particularly fast, but fast enough lap. Do one more. See, it's trying to drift. Get back on the power. Probably isn't the best car for this because it's actually got quite another scary front end on it. What a cock up. Definitely didn't get that right. But as you can see, it's definitely a circuit that's got a nice flow to it. But you do have to be so patient on a lot of the exits, like that one. because it's so easy, especially in a car like this that's got quite a tendency to understeer on power. You can end up pushing and pushing and pushing out the corners, and we'll end up in the kitty litter. Again there, it's just, I want to get on the power, I want to get on the power. Don't, you have to resist. So it's a really nice flow. It's got a really nice series of S-bends, if you like S-bends. A lot of them are quite different. Some are sort of 90 degrees, some are more than 90 degrees. Overall, it's definitely one of those circuits that if you haven't tried it, you want to, because it's just such a nice circuit. Definitely one of the better circuits that you'll find, and very scenic too. So that's Brno. If you haven't tried it, get it, give it a shot. And I think you'll enjoy it, because it is a great circuit. And if you haven't tried it in anything else, it's also in project cars and every other bits and pieces. So I'm trying to think what else I've done it in. Can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but a really nice circuit, really nice flow to it, plenty of elevation changes, several sort of blind approaches. So nice. It's a technical track, but it doesn't feel like it's particularly difficult, but it is one of those. It's got really nice nuances to it to make it so you really have to sort of nail all the exits, not be too impatient getting on the power. You have to really wait on a lot of the corners because they're actually longer than you first think they are. So yeah, great little circuit, and well worth the 499 VRP, or about £4.90 or whatever it was that it cost. So well, another edition, and another good one. So well done to the Raceroom team. Keep up the good work, people. And from me, that's all, and I'll catch you again soon. Goodbye. I've now got to edit this because I made a right balls up of that, haven't I?